Hello, welcome back to my lockdown positivity channel. Today we are going to continue crafting, actually for Christmas of course. And today we're going to do some very lovely little Christmas wreaths. So all you need really is this wire, this sort of wire. This is very thin wire, as you can see. I hope you can see it. It's very thin wire. It's very moldable. Look, it's very easy to mold in any shape or form, but what you can get it from craft shops. So all you need to do is a little circle, I would say about 10 centimeters, which is, I would say, about 5 inches. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because you can continue molding it. So here is one. Let me just stock the ends a little bit by putting the ends around the wire, just kind of to hold it together as well. So there you have your circle, but obviously you can have it in the size you would like to. So once you have your little circle, just go through your lovely greens and have a look what can easily adapt to the shape of the circle. For example, this one, which is almost rounded already, so it becomes easier to attach, as you can see. You take your little string. I chose green. Obviously I made things for me a little bit more difficult with green because you can't even see the string. But the advantage is, I mean, you can't even see the string when you're putting it together. But the advantage is obviously that you can also not see it once it's all done. So don't worry about the wreath going into the opposite direction of where you want it to go right now. The first bit of attaching will always be a little bit wild, I like to say. Then you cut your string. Maybe you can reuse it in a little moment. Right, so now it's attached. It's very loose, as you can see. But once we continue attaching it to the little circle, it will become tighter and tighter and more steady. So here at the top as well, obviously try to go with the string, or try to attach it there where it is the loosest. Right, so it's a little bit more steady now, right? As you can see, it's getting into the natural shape, well, of what would be a wreath anyway. So you continue looking for more greens. So here we have the second one. And then you just try to find a way in which it adapts naturally to the circle, which is, for example, this way in this case. The reason I'm doing this video as well, doing this little Christmas crafty whilst talking you through it, is so that you find it easier and actually do it. So you see how easy it is to do these things. It's just taking a little bit of dedication, a bit of time. Take a bit of time for these things, which, let's face it, is all we have at the moment. as they said yesterday in the news, obviously we can all go out to the shops and you know, buy prezzies for everyone. Surely everyone deserves prezzies this year. I mean, but the weather is not playing along so nicely. It's actually quite rainy. You know what I have figured, and this is very interesting. This also helps you, I guess. When you try to attach it like I just did on the more on the thinner end of the wreath, then it will become a little bit more difficult. So probably best to attach it somewhere where it's a little bit steadier. I made that mistake, but it's good that I made that mistake for you. So you know better when you actually do it. Right, finally. So then you cut it. So we're getting there, right? So to cover up this little bit, I would use a much smaller one. So you try to find a little one, or you cut it, and then once, you know, just to kind of bond these two together. So now we just need a little bit for here, but sometimes it's actually quite nice to leave this wire, this golden wire, to just glitter through the bushiness. And this is because on it you can later maybe attach, as you will see in the finish product, you can later on attach a little Christmas tree or a couple of decorations, which I will show you once we finish with this. Here I'm trying to figure out in which way this little new bush fits in a most natural way. And I think that looks quite good, doesn't it? So again, a little bit of string. I mean, you will notice as you start doing them that they are actually not as fragile as they at the moment seem to be. Let me just see. Right, so there we go. Obviously the back, as you will see, doesn't really need it doesn't need to be double-sided, because we will be using it for two purposes. We'll be using it as a ring to put on top of the plate as kind of a placeholder. And even though it will just be, you know, you and your family maybe this Christmas, it's nice to make it be as special as you can, really, because at the end of the day it is Christmas, right? And we all love Christmas, even the Grinches. I know a couple of Christmas Grinches who say they don't like Christmas, but that's not true. I have turned them, I like to say. Right, so here we're getting a lot of wire, as you can see. It's probably because I'm talking at the same time. And this one is quite nice. The reason why I have this paper here is because they come straight from the vase, obviously. So they're a little bit wet. which actually is quite nice. And I would, even when you are finished, spray them with a little bit of water so that they give you that beautiful scent of pine, which sadly you can't smell through my little video, but I can smell it, which is beautiful. Right, so it looks like we're getting there, you see. It seems difficult, but it's actually quite easy. Right, and to make this a little bit bushier, I think I'll go and put this there. Attach this last bit here. Right, that looks quite nice.